Good morning, everybody. March 7th. Thank you for joining us at Prime Nation. My name is Sidney Roberts.
I'm Tyler Wood.
Drew Harrison.
I'm Tanner Methvin.
Jack Nelson.
Jimmy Smith.
I'm Drew Shine.
Well, that's 7 of us. Six, right? I
That'd
can't
be
count
that's 7.
without looking.
No such thing as
I
too
was
many
right.
cooks.
Definitely 7.
So we won't typically have this many voices on mic, but enjoy all these lush vocal patterns while you can. So let's get started with some notable events that happened on March 7th throughout history. I've got the list here so you guys can read ahead if you'd like. Prepare your witty quips. So we'll go chronologically. In the year 321, Constantine, Roman emperor, declared the Dies Solis Invicti, I think I'm saying that right, the day of rest in the empire. So we have Sundays.
Can Keanu Reeves even say what you just said?
I'm sure he could. Keanu Reeves is he's a Renaissance man. But so we have the day of rest being Sunday. We have Constantine to thank for that, as well as revising the whole entire Bible. So shout out to Constantine. Then we're jumping forward about 1,800 years, and we have the Beatles.
That would put us in the year.
Okay,
20.
Shush.
Just saying that would
We
put
do
us.
the math
That would put us
Drew
in the
can chime in,
22nd
not you.
century. That would put us in the 22nd.
So why don't you give
century.
us the exact math then? 1962.
Show your work.
Okay.
Your work.
That would be 1,641 years.
Good God, are you a human calculator? Like, can you divide any number?
No, I got a D in pre-calc. That was my last math class.
Well, so however many years later it was, the Beatles made their broadcasting debut on BBC Radio. Thousands of girls experienced feelings that they'd never felt before. So that worked out well for all of us. In 1965, 3 years later, only
Whoa.
three,
All right, slow down.
Alabama state troopers and 600 black protesters clash in
You
Selma.
don't say. I heard Alabama State Troopers, and I'm like, wonder if black people are involved here.
It's either black people or sports fanatics.
He said Selma. That was immediately like, all right, here we go. Didn't you say Selma?
Yeah.
I thought I heard Selma.
Yeah, that was in Selma.
I think that was
which,
after the black people.
Well, you know what? I see towns first before race.
When you talk about The Simpsons, I heard Selma.
Selma.
Marge.
Is she?
One of her sisters.
Is Selma?
Patty and Selma.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right.
Really?
I was like, when did they do a Selma?
Yeah.
Mayonnaise water.
$300 fine.
That's another swear dare practice run. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, anytime we swear on the air, the group has to come up with a swear dare to keep
Swear
us from
dare.
saying words
Okay.
such as words that we can't say right now. The only words we can say on that forbidden list are damn and ass.
What about faggot?
Absolutely not.
That's
we
like
say-
top of the list of not to say.
Yeah, that's gonna get a big old bleep. But no, whenever we are, broadcasting, we'll have a 20-second delay, so we should be able to,
Catch it.
to catch stuff. But we want everyone to get in the mode of not cussing. And so far, I've been the worst offender. So
Can we say MeUndies? Can we thank MeUndies really quick for sponsoring the show? Can we do that?
yeah, we can go ahead and just give them a pre-ad so that maybe they will sponsor.
So maybe they feel bad and they send us underwear. So I need new underwear.
Does anyone have MeUndies? I've tried
I
MeUndies.
prefer Macwell.
I still wear Hanes boxers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still Hanes from Target.
Yeah.
MeUndies are comfy.
You sound like,
No, are you
sound
guys
like a pirate.
boxers? Are you guys boxers or boxer briefs? kind of guys?
Boxers.
Boxer. I gotta go on
Briefs,
boxer.
dude. See the two heaviest guys in the
Ah.
room. Boxer briefs. Yeah.
Wait, two
No
heaviest guys?
chafing here.
Who are the two heaviest guys? Me and you.
Are you trying to put yourself in?
That was-
I'm a big boy.
Let's maybe not rank this.
So what, we want to have a competition?
Everyone grab your ballots. We're all going to vote.
Yeah, why don't we all place bets on who weighs more between Tyler
Lay your guts on the table.
and Drew Scheid. So, I mean, I guess, well, no, it'll work out because Drew 1 and Drew 2 won't be on the same shows together, so.
Ha, I'm
Nah.
Drew 1.
We're like Hancock rules. And like I'm like Charlize Theron. Hey, where my Hancock heads at? Huh?
Wow,
Anyone see that Will Smith?
a
movie?
Hancock
Oh, yeah.
reference.
That
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
To
What is
the
that,
third
2007?
act.
I think that's
Twist.
2009.
Probably the last movie I saw in theater.
I think it's 2008.
Great twist.
Okay, we're off the rails, guys. This all came from Selma, which was
Right.
another movie that,
It's supposed to take you off the rails.
yeah, true.
In the spirit of Selma. You're supposed to.
So, 1981, how many years later is that? 16.
Oh God, yeah, 16.
Oh, you weren't quick on the draw this time, man.
So this one, happy and joyful. It's the first homicide at Disneyland. An 18-year-old was stabbed.
Oh, he
How
was
long
18.
was
okay.
Disneyland open? Like
About
2
30
months?
years.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think
Maybe.
Disneyland probably opened in the 50s or something.
Wait,
No.
land? That's in California.
Yeah, Disneyland.
Yeah.
Real quick, who do you think of all the mascots at Disney, who would kill someone?
Well, wait, hold
Oh, yeah,
on. It's
you're right,
that it's 1981 mascots. So
Sure.
so
They made it a decent
that would
time,
be
you
That's that's the solid core. Group
Right.
Still.
Did Mary Poppins have mascots, or did people just dress up
No,
as
that was
Mary?
just a guy dressed up like Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
Let me think.
Some kids.
Fantasia was big in the 80s.
Right. Well, that was the 40s when Fantasia came out.
So it was
I think
probably.
It was that wizard from Fantasia.
I was thinking it was one of those dancing brooms. It probably just,
Yeah.
impaled someone.
Do you
with-
think there's ever been a suicide at
For
Disneyland?
sure.
Oh, definitely.
For
There's
sure.
gotta be.
Do you know how many fathers have taken their families to Disneyland and definitely just been like, oh
Oh,
man, I have
God.
nothing left.
Just
Oh.
jump off of Epcot Center.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dark. I hope there hasn't been a suicide from like an actual father with his family there, but there's definitely been suicide.
Take the
But if
kids
there's
to
like
get
a
corn dog.
suicide from like a father without his family, that's fine.
That's to be expected.
yeah.
Like, he's going to go to the place where he made all the memories with his family, and then.
Yeah, and then ruin some for some other family.
God, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
To kill yourself at Disneyland, you'd have to like jump off a ride or something. You couldn't like kill yourself in the bathroom like a pussy. You'd have to really,
All you gotta do
you
is
have to
just
really
put
have
your
fun
head
with
up
it,
on
Yeah.
what is it,
on
Space Mountain.
Yeah,
You're good.
You'd have to
Just
Drown
what?
yourself in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh wait. So this guy was stabbed to death.
Yeah.
So how many times was he stabbed? Like Disneyland is a very public place.
Yeah, I don't have that information, but so
Got
I
him
mean,
all.
what do you guys think it was? Do you think
at
it was
the, Captain Eon show.
Like, do you mean was it like a crime of passion or
well,
like planned
was it,
out?
Do you
Or...
think it was like gang violence? I don't know how many gangs hang out in Disneyland.
Yeah,
Hey,
man,
damn Lost
it was the
Boys.
80s. Coke was crazy.
He needed to go.
No man, let's dip into these fees. I need $80 to go stab a fool.
I just paid $20 for a pretzel. I'm ready to kill somebody.
The gang every day pays the fee.
Even killing
Exactly.
people is inflated at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, you got to get a fast pass.
Is there a number 5?
He spent
Yeah.
4 hours
Okay,
bleeding
so
out.
this is our honorable mention. I thought that everyone here would get a kick out of this. In 1994, the 8th American Comedy Award was given to Carrot Top. He was the 8th recipient of the American Comedy Award.
Was
Well,
that
that
award
be-
given out every year, or?
Yeah, and it's not the American Prop Comedy Award. It's
Well, I
just
mean
straight
that's
up
not.
comedy.
I mean
Did
that.
he use
that-
the award in his prop comedy?
Put it
Hopefully,
right
he did
up his
a
ass.
routine with it while he was on stage. And so then that brings us to our final point on March 7th in 2011.
13 years.
Now you're on the ball now.
Tanner, I dropped
Wait,
a box of
Wasn't that
matches.
17 years?
From 1994
Zero.
to
That's
2011?
17 years.
He said 2007.
Nope.
Oh,
2011.
Boom.
so remember I got a D in pre-calc. All right, I'm not smart.
and Drew was the one
Carry
who
the
corrected
two.
you.
Carry the two.
It's a bad sign if Drew Harrison's correcting you on your math.
That's
No,
fine.
he's terrible at words. He's good at math.
Definitely like the numbers. Definitely numbers.
So I don't know. I can't remember if I said this or not, but yeah, it was 2011, March 7th. Charlie Sheen was officially fired from 2.5
That
Men.
long ago.
Yeah.
Seems like it was like 2-3 years ago.
6 years ago is when we all got treated to the Tiger Blood.
Is that 6 years ago?
Yeah, I was still in high school.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
I thought I would-
whatever. Still in high school.
Sorry,
Get
you're
outta
old.
here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry, you're the
man.
oldest person on this panel. Don't say anything, Jimmy.
So,
I mean,
6 years
Jimmy,
ago,
how old are you?
we were treated to the tiger blood, and
Okay.
1 year ago, Charlie Sheen was treated to the HIV blood. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, remember those days when like a celebrity outburst was as simple as saying he drinks tiger blood?
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Well, and that was at the very beginning of Twitter too, when people didn't really know how to capitalize on a Twitter story.
Yeah, but I remember everyone was talking about it. It was something like you couldn't, because it was so, but it was like fun stupid. It was like
Yeah.
this guy's freaking crazy.
Well, it's like everyone knows he's Charlie Sheen. He's got millions. You don't really have to worry about him. He's
Yeah.
just, I mean, he really went crazy and he never really recovered.
I'm kind of
He
curious
just
when
stopped
did
talking. You know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all that happened to Charlie.
Well-
He stopped being in the public eye.
He went. Do you remember he went on like a speaking tour afterwards where he was
Oh,
like
yeah.
That was a
selling
terrible
it.
idea.
He was selling it like a stand-up show, but he had no material. He just
Yeah.
went out
He-
there and
He would burn his like bowling shirts
Yeah.
that he would wear on the show.
Well,
that was like
Are you
his
serious?
closer. Is he would
Oh,
he would have
come
one
on.
of his like porn stars that he infected.
Yeah.
And
Is that why they're not doing porn anymore?
Brie
I'm
Olsen,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and also they're like 28 now, so
Oh,
it's like, they're
past
just
their
they're worse for wear.
They had to retire 3 years ago. That's not good.
A couple months ago, I did see him on a Bravo show. I don't remember the guy's name, but he's like the top Bravo reporter. And Charlie Sheen was on the talk show with Craig Robinson.
Oh.
Wow,
from Hot
interesting.
Tub Time
Yeah.
Machine, and the entire time Craig's just like, I don't want to be here. This is so boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would think it'd
Yeah,
be
I
the
would love
opposite
to be
reason.
on a show with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
I think you'd want to be until you actually did it.
Well, the only reason I
He's
wouldn't.
really like, I don't know if it's the white cell count or what, but he was really like low energy the entire
Yeah.
time. Probably white cell count, lack of coke, something. Just
Yeah.
wanted Charlie Sheen that
Can
day.
you do coke on AIDS medications?
I mean, you can. I guess it's not a good idea.
I don't think Charlie Sheen bothers with the cans and
You're
ifs
right,
these
you're
days.
right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's trying
When-
to be more health conscious this year. You know?
But
Maybe
when
he's taking Adderall like a responsible.
he converted over. So let's pick one of these as the most influential for us.
Can you go through them again real quick?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick rundown. 321, the Roman Emperor Constantine decreed Sunday, the day of rest.
Yeah, wait, I had a question about this. I thought this was like in
I
the
thought
Bible.
I thought God
Wasn't
said
God
Sunday
like,
was the
hey,
day of rest.
invent the calendar.
But that's the thing, is that Constantine literally rewrote the entire Bible. The Council of Nicaea, they went through
Wait a
and
minute.
they
that's
picked-
a god.
Wait a
Someone who
Are you
minute.
just
saying
here.
that the Bible has some loose ends that they haven't tied up?
You know,
or just-
actually, not.
Dude, the
direct
Bible's got a
word of
lot
God.
of incest.
Huh.
It does.
That's
Adam
what
and Eve had
it
what,
was.
like 6 kids, and they got to produce.
I'm
I
just
think it's
saying,
the minimum
if my mom
population.
happens
Yeah.
to listen to this, I do not sponsor any of this.
Like, I'm just saying, it takes
It's
like
God's
200
word.
people to not have incest, and they had 2 people. So
That's a good point. That's astute. Maybe back then the genes were different. You know, they were still holy and pure.
yeah,
But either way, yeah. So it was him who declared Sunday the day of rest, not God.
Oh.
So then, shooting forward to 1962, the Beatles made their broadcasting debut on BBC Radio, which influenced countless bands, and like I said, inspired a certain change in attitudes of females. 1965, Alabama state troopers and 600 black protesters clash in Selma. 1981, the first homicide at Disneyland. An 18-year-old was stabbed to death. 1994, 8th American Comedy Award goes to Carrot Top. And then 2011, Charlie Sheen is fired from the CBS sitcom Two and a
I
Half
feel
Men.
like we can go in so many bad directions. Our decision here.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there that I think, even though Sundays are great, I'm going to say the Beatles was the biggest deal out of this 5.
I agree.
Yeah, the Beatles.
I'm with you.
I'll go with Selma.
yeah, I'm gonna go Selma.
I'll go
But
Selma.
what
Yeah,
I
now I
mean,
feel like an idiot for not saying Selma, but
I mean,
I
what
stick to my guns.
what change was brought about directly by Selma? Do you know? I don't.
They
Voting
made a
rights.
Movie about it.
Freedom!
Yeah, songs came
Damn
out
good
of it.
song.
Yeah, I mean, I know that
I mean, what did the
definitely-
Beatles really have at the end of the day? They had
Bunch
nowhere.
of damn good songs.
Yeah.
Nothing close to freedom though.
Those Beatle boys were so good at stealing music from black people. Though. I'll tell you what, guys.
Yeah, I
Well,
prefer
who
the
wasn't
black
stealing? Yeah. Who wasn't stealing music from black people in the 50s and 60s?
Are we still on?
Now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
All the time.
But so Tyler, what are you weighing in on?
I'm gonna go with the person that was stabbed in Disneyland.
Okay.
Because that person did what I wished I could do every time I went on vacation.
The murderer or the victim?
Murder.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see.
I wanted to murder 3 people on the way here.
Oh,
I wanted to
He's
murder,
been very murdery lately.
wanted to murder
Yeah.
whoever shut down the Hardee's on Market Street.
Do you prefer Hardee's over Bojangles?
Well, I
They
knew I
have the
could get.
deals.
I knew I could get 2 for $3.50. Bacon, egg, and cheese
See?
biscuits, and
And
that's
you
how
always
it
get
smells.
Mm.
Hardee's coupons always show up at your house for no reason.
Yeah.
They
Unlike
do.
Bojangles.
Me and
and I'm like,
Tyler-
I don't want these, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Me and Tyler have been living together for like 6 months now, so we're like an old married couple. So I know
You guys
I can finish his sentences.
You're in tune to your eating habits
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
I've never had like a great experience with Hardee's, but apparently Carl's Jr. is awesome.
Hardee's
Never
is
had.
all right. Have you ever just
They're the
wanted
same
to
thing.
eat your feelings and go and got a Monster Burger?
And that was when Hardee's was doing the trick for me. When that was sort of their marketing ploy, is their what did they call them? The $6 what
Oh, the $6 thick burgers.
thick burger, and
Yeah.
but they had like some other
They're so
gimmicky
good, though.
ad thing.
Me and Tyler
a
ate.
while
What
ago.
was that burger we ate 2 of and wanted to kill ourselves?
Every burger there.
They did actually. When I lived in Raleigh, they had a burger with like Jack Daniel's sauce on it and some other cool
All
stuff.
the fried
which-
onions?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, now
Drew
we're
Harris-
talking here.
He can name like I just
That was called the Smokehouse Burger.
that should be a segment is you just go back and name these one-off limited edition fast food runs.
They had the one with the jalapenos. That was good.
What's your favorite limited edition Hardee's
It'd
burger?
have to be the jalapeno thing.
Yeah.
That pepper jack jalapenos. I mean, what more can you ask for? Really?
So that ends our on this day segment, way over time as expected.
Oh, yeah.
So can we talk more about Hardee's now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
if we want to, but
Remember those Hardee's ads where it was just like a naked Carmen Electra
Oh,
just
yeah.
eating a burger on a
What
car?
happened to her?
Ah,
I was thinking about
she's-
that the other day.
she's not
What
doing
happened
well.
to
She
Carmen?
turned 28.
Yeah.
I always wanted Wendy from Wendy's to start doing that once Dave Thomas died. She's like, I'm Wendy from Wendy's.
Ah.
You know, like the hood of the car.
Have you seen her lately?
That's
You
the
don't
whole
want her
point.
to
That's
do
the whole
that.
point.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Yeah, remember-
it'd be funny.
It was funny because it was like it was Wendy from Wendy's for like 2 ads, and they're like, "Now we gotta get a young,
Yeah.
lovely, young, hot teen."
All right, cool. We understand you're a millionaire, but please don't do that.
exactly, yeah, they got Wendy's doing the ads
We
and
gotta
then
get a
they
hot
sales
hipster.
dropped off like a
We gotta go to
lead balloon.
UCB, guys, and we gotta get some redhead chick that guys want to bang and eat chicken tenders with. We need it now.
UCB people in our commercials.
So I guess that wraps up the Hardee's talk. Unless you have any other hard hitting info.
No, I'm feeling pretty good.
Haha, hard hitting for Hardee's.
In conclusion, I'm going to eat 10 pounds of Hardee's for lunch now.
But where are you gonna go?
Yeah,
Because
good luck. They're all
it's
shut
closed.
down.
No, we got the one by our house.
Oh wait, actually, I do
That
want
one
to keep
on
talking
Crown
about
Beach
Hardee's because apparently in other parts of the state, Hardee's is known as a fried chicken place, even
Yeah,
more
they
than a
used to be.
burger
They
place.
started off. Well, back. Let's get into some history here. They
On
started
this
off
day.
as a chicken place, trying to compete with Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then they realized they could do better selling burgers.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then they switched to the burger.
Really?
Okay, yeah, because
I just say that because like I feel like there'd be more competition with
That's
burgers.
why their tenders are probably the best tenders in the game.
that's true. That is true. But yeah, I was
Not true, Zaxby's.
I was out in like the
okay.
middle of no. Oh yeah, Zaxby's for sure.
Actually,
Well,
there's
they
a place
only
called
do
PDQ.
chicken. You know, like
Yeah. Oh, PDQ, dude.
Have you ever had it?
Did you advocate for them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst.
Are you
What is
serious?
PDQ?
It's like $12 for. 3
Oh no, the
chicken
price
tenders.
is the worst. The price is unfreaking
oh, well,
believable.
That's a game That's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I,
and
I don't care how good it is.
I
Price-
was blown away by the flavor.
I was. Well then, all right.
I wasn't.
Speaking of, anyone, did you guys hear about that Subway thing? That like the
No.
chicken was only like
50%.
50%.
The rest of
Chicken?
it's soy.
I'm surprised it was as much
you
as
can
that.
look at the chicken and tell that.
I know,
Yeah.
but the only thing I get at Subway is like a chicken. It's like a chicken sandwich.
Sweet onion
Not
chicken
anymore.
teriyaki.
No, I get the chicken bacon ranch like a monster.
Ew.
It is
Ugh.
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You're gonna go to Subway and get a chicken bacon ranch?
Look, I go to Subway and get steak. That's not the best decision.
You're going to Subway. You've made a mistake.
You got 2 cheeseburgers from the number 2 meal, and then you have a McDouble. You
Yeah.
eat 1 cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and then you separate, and in between the 2 pieces of meat on the McDouble, you put the
The
other
whole burger.
whole burger. Yeah.
so,
So you
It
have
goes-
bread,
it goes-
cheese,
yeah.
meat, bread, cheese, meat, bread, cheese.
And then
So-
you bang the burger.
that's the secret sauce. So you're essentially like you created the Grand Mac before they did. It's just no Mac sauce.
No, the size is different.
You can put mac sauce on it if you want to. Though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was
You can ask him.
the
Yeah.
step that Jack elaborated on.
Also, no vegetables. That's a big difference here.
Well, and that's another thing I had a problem with because McDonald's, their onions are like they've got the onions on lock. Those
Oh.
little tiny
I
diced
can't
Oh,
onions.
I like it. I love
It's
it.
great.
No.
Tanner, you're a gross boy.
I know. Yeah. Shocker.
I much prefer those little diced onions as opposed to biting into a ring of onion.
No, I want a ring. I don't know. I want a
I
ring.
prefer
I
the
prefer-
ring. They're easier to take off.
Well, yeah, but if
That's
I
a
want them
reasoning.
on there,
Yeah.
Why,
Then I-
why would you want them on there?
because onions are tasty.
Okay. I should have known that when we had Drew on the show, it was going to devolve
Sorry,
into
guys.
fast food talk.
Sorry, this happened.
Well,
I bring it with me everywhere I go.
I have another fast food question. Mostly
Yes,
for
sir. You in the back.
Because I've been eating wings like a lot last week.
Okay.
Because that's my favorite
Have
food.
you gone to Foo Wangs?
No. what's
Have you?
that?
Oh, you
Is
gotta
that-
go.
is that local?
Yeah.
It's right on Carolina Beach Road.
It just
Oh.
opened.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
They got like 130 something sauces.
What's their price range?
pretty cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you can get 6 wings for like
Because
$7,
Buffalo
$8.
Wild Wings is a total ripoff.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Wings.
Oh, yeah.
The
Garbage.
fact
the
that
worst.
people sell wings like $1 a wing is like the average thing is ridiculous.
Mhm.
You can
Because
McDouble
You
for
gotta hit
$1.39.
like quarter wing night.
And
or something
technically,
like
the
that.
Yeah.
whole wing is the wing and the drum.
Yeah.
But anyway, that wasn't my question.
Wait,
But,
the wing and the drum, the leg of the chicken,
Yeah.
the
The
drumstick.
drumstick.
Not the drumstick.
That's a leg.
No, but like the whole chicken wing. Never mind.
The wing and the drum.
That's a drumstick. Like, I mean, like the drum shape.
We are not
Chicken
getting
wing.
into the anatomy of
I was about to
chickens
say,
right now.
this
But
is-
my question was, because I heard this on a podcast, was could you ever get full from eating wings? 'Cause
Yes,
don't
I
know
have.
if
I have
Good.
eaten enough that I got full.
Like, I've eaten, like,
You look
I've,
like the guy that's
I've-
gotten full eating
Yeah.
chicken wings.
Yeah.
Like, I straight up just sat down and ate like 20 wings. I was like, man, I
I'd-
wish I had 20 more wings.
I never eat just wings. So that's a very good question.
Well,
Yeah.
wings are the food that like I'll keep in front of me just so I can snack on continuously. You know,
I
like
usually eat like fries and other things.
yeah,
No, but
yeah.
I'm saying like yeah, like you
That's what
straight.
I've never tried it.
Let's try it.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
All right, that's
We'll-
going to be
we'll
one of
do
our
that on the
mornings.
show,
Let's,
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it on the show.
Yeah.
All the smacking.
We'll get a sponsor. And then,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's reach
Fu
out to
Wings?
Fu Wings.
That,
yeah.
yeah,
That would be perfect.
be down.
All right, but let's cut this fast food talk. We gotta rein
They
Drew in, guys.
they got mango jalapeno sauce. I'm just throwing that out.
That's it. That's the last one.
We're only off track by 15,
I know.
20 minutes.
So let's get into current events. Let's make that kind of quick. North Korea.
Oh, we're off by way more than that.
Yeah. Also, let's make these very real problems in the real world very quick. Just
Let's
bite
gloss
size.
over those.
But my
Yeah.
view on
Get
I
back
Harvard-
to the
North
fun stuff.
Korea has this new McDonald's burger.
Yeah, so they fired 4 missiles near the Sea of Japan. Exciting stuff. North Korea firing missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Dan was just telling us before the show started that apparently America has sent out our THAAD unit, which I don't know why they chose an acronym that's like the #1 homosexual name to be our
See, I don't-
missile deterrent.
I don't think it's a homosexual name. I think it's kind of a douchebaggy name like Tyler Tanner.
Is douchebag a swear there?
Yeah, Drew wasn't on that list.
Yeah, Tad, Tyler, and Tanner are the guys I played lacrosse with.
You know, Tanner is the 3rd whitest boy name in America.
Oh
Behind
yeah.
Thad and Tyler.
No, behind Jacob and what was number 2? I forget. But Jacob's number 1. So
And Tanner is also the 4th whitest girl name.
So it's Tyler with an O.
What?
You've never heard of this?
you serious?
The people that fixed my computer thought my name was Tyler with an O, so now every time I open up my computer, I have to look at Tyler Wood in
Like-
the login screen.
Like color? OR is what you're
Yeah.
saying? Tylor?
Yeah.
I knew one Tyler like that, but I always thought of him as like Tylor. Like,
Mm.
why would anyone name their kid?
That sounds
Tylor.
like a Madonna type 1 name deal, like
it sounds like an
Tyler.
alien, like I am Tyler from the Crimulac Galaxy.
Or
Come
a
to
Game of
destroy your
Thrones
planet.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tylor.
To Middle Earth.
Tyler Lannister.
Huh. Interesting.
So they sent Thad over there. Thad's dad's gonna handle it.
But and then and apparently there's some crazy stuff going on with Malaysia, but we don't have the time for it. So
But let's talk about Hardee's.
We're all gonna die. Better get your monster burgers now.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, don't worry about calories. So we did find out that a zoo in the UK in Cumbria, apparently they've had 500 animals die over the last 4 years.
It's a good start.
Yeah, are we talking like big animals, or is this like they've had a bunch of like rats, or
No,
prairie dogs?
like notable, zoo attraction.
Like
Yeah.
elephants and tigers.
I don't see
Yeah.
species. All animals are important to me.
Oh, that's beautiful. Except the hornet.
How
but-
about Great Danes, Tyler? Are they important to you?
Don't talk about that.
Uh-oh, that sounds like that's some inside
Sounds like
baseball.
a fetish.
I got some stuff I could bring up about you and things you stuck places.
Tyler, the zoo was actually just a Great Dane zoo.
That came out of nowhere, sir. That was
Oh,
a
great. Let's
Yeah.
kill all those.
How do we know it's not like a type of zoo where people visit and they just sort of execute like lions in front of
It's
you?
like
It's
a
true.
paper
It's
play
yeah,
zoo.
a rich person zoo where it's like hunt this by not really go in a safe environment and pretend you're a cool guy.
That could very well be the case, yeah.
Cecil the lion.
Yeah.
Well, I
that
mean,
was my only-
It's too soon.
Well,
have you guys
Too soon. Dustin.
been keeping up with all this, like, all the zoo deaths where people are trying to sneak into zoos and
No,
No.
I like to think of the positives. I've been watching the giraffe give birth on the camera. Okay.
Well,
Wow.
so did anyone see the Chinese guy trying to sneak into the zoo and he happened to jump into the lion or the tiger pit?
I was.
No,
Dude.
if you're in China, can't you just go into the wild and see tigers?
Well, that's what happens a lot is people get screwed up. Well, I mean, you guys had to have seen the video of the girl with outside of the car.
That guy caught in the escalator. Yeah.
What escalator?
Well, she was outside of the car, so technically what he said is correct.
Well, I know Jimmy had to have seen it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause just
they
like most
shot
of my
at the
inform-
Tiger, and then Tiger went back and gnawed on him.
You gotta grab the microphone by the shaft, or we can't hear you.
Just like most of my information, I'm getting this from Joe Rogan's podcast. But yeah,
Ooh.
there's a video. I mean, you can see it all over. Of apparently it's a mom and a daughter, and the daughter got mad at the mom, and so she got out of the car, and they're in one of these like drive-through safari areas in China.
Don't do that.
So she gets out of the car, and then the mom gets out of the car. The daughter gets back in, and as soon as the mom gets out of the car, you see a tiger just grab her and drag her away. And so,
That would have been great if the daughter was like, "Yeah, Mom. Well, sometimes I wish you'd never been born."
yeah. But dude, I mean, it's hard to even joke about.
I know
you
a
guys-
thing or two about skin.
Do you guys remember Don Vito?
Another pedophile. Another
Yeah.
famous
Oh, is he a pedophile?
Well, yeah, that's
Is he
what.
like a pedophile, or is he like a 16-year-old pedophile?
I think it was. Well, it was Bam Margera's demographic.
No, he's got
so it's
a
like
point.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
a pedophile, but it
with
was like a
emo haircut.
15-year-old. So.
It was an understandable pedophile.
Well,
Yeah.
Bam Margera's
Oh, never mind.
crowd now would be like 30.
Oh,
Drew was Bam Margera's
Yeah,
crowd.
unfortunately, I was.
I was Bam Margera's crowd, but I was in
Yeah.
middle school, so I
We
could pass.
did jackass things.
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bam Margera is like.
Bam Margera.
Yeah, you said that
Have you
like
seen
Bam
him recently?
Margera.
He's not doing good.
No, I know. Like
He's not doing
he's
well.
friends with my cousin's fiance in Westchester, Pennsylvania. He's the prince of West,
Oh, yeah.
this shitty
Yeah.
town in Pennsylvania.
Does he still have the castle?
And he's going. I don't know. Probably.
I'm sure he
not.
does.
He's the
But
Burger
like,
King.
but I'm gonna go in like a month. I'm going to this wedding in the woods. This like hippie wedding featuring Bam Margera.
Oh God.
What's his name?
CKY gonna be there?
Bam Margera from Jackass.
Oh my God.
I can't say Bam Margera.
Was that
Bam
Was that
Mar-
space
Margera.
Margera.
Bam Margera.
What am I
Bam
saying?
Margera.
Bam Margera.
It sounds like it's
Bear
a,
Jam
It
Alabama.
sounds like it's a 1960s cartoon, Bam Margera.
We got coming up next to the big screen, Bam Margera.
The
Lost
guy I'm
Hair
talking about
Hanna-Barbera
is
cartoon.
Is an animatronic bear. What are you guys talking about?
We got a color online for it.
But-
Bam Margera, Bam Margera.
He actually, Bam, he put out like a music CD, and he came to Ziggy's like a year and a half ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
Put out a what?
A music CD. A music CD.
People are still putting out CDs.
Bam Margera with a music CD.
Yeah. Bam Margera with a music CD.
My cousin's fiance was definitely on that.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm gonna shout out to Mike Nappy.
Okay.
The nappy headed hoe.
You come up with that
Hey,
name.
I
You
know.
can't-
That's
Bam was in the spotlight like when he needed to be, and now he's like, I guess it just kind of caught up to him.
well,
He's got
didn't
more
it catch
money
up to
than
everybody?
this
Yeah, no,
one.
they all got. I mean, didn't it just kind of
They
happen to
still
all the
get money
Jackass
from
guys?
people buying Jackass.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's gonna be set for life. Yeah.
Here's what I just realized he is though. Is like Bam is like the epitome of what like 2004 was.
Exactly.
Like he was like
He's the
2000
embodiment
to
of- yeah.
2006. That's what America.
Everyone
was.
wore etnies. Everyone
Wristbands.
did
Jay-Z
stupid
and
things.
Linkin Park were working together.
Yeah.
All the guys would run around hitting each other in the nuts. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
This is what we did.
Yep. Everyone was recording Jackass videos, even though they said we will not
Please
review.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where ridiculousness came from.
yeah. I cannot remember what led us down this rabbit hole.
Talking about North Korea and Thad. Yeah.
All right, no more current events.
Taco Bell's new chicken chalupa has got cheese baked right into the shell.
Yeah, I got what he's doing. His telekinesis or whatever, it's linking into radio channels. So
That's
he's literally
hilarious.
just saying radio commercials, like
God, that's
screaming
hilarious.
them in his cell. Like,
Dude.
yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
that's what I love about this movie is that they did stuff like that usually studio executives in a comic book movie would be like, are you out of your mind?
You got to shout out James Mangold on that
Yeah.
one. You got the writer-director of 310 to Yuma and Copland.
Yeah.
and
I
it's
do
just
like
like,
310
it
to
shows, man.
At the same time, they repeated cliches so much it got on my nerves. They had two father figure dying scenes where they're
Oh,
holding
yeah.
them and tell whoever, "Buh," and then they die.
Yeah.
That happened twice. I told my girlfriend if one more kid turns around when they were running through the woods and falls when they turn around, I'm getting out of this movie. Like, it happened like twice back to back, and I was like, you can't use the same cliche over and over and over.
Yeah. But I will give the movie credit for like having like the least annoying like child actors like I've seen in a long
Yeah.
time, where it's
Yeah.
just like children are like a major crux of this movie, and it's really well done, and it's
What-
not like Hook.
And it's cool that it set them up to be Yeah, it's cool that like for one thing it utilized all the kids, they work together by the end of it and everything, and then they kind of set up their own sort of compound, X-Men style.
Yeah.
Sort of. But I mean, how many movies is it going to take before? Well, I mean, I guess we're at the end of it now. But at the end of all these movies, Wolverine was like learned his lesson and found a family and all this stuff. So I mean,
And now he's dead.
yeah, but now it's just one more time of him finding a family.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Hugh Jackman totally deserved this movie. If
Yeah.
anything, he's been playing this dude for 18 years.
Yeah.
Like that blows my
Are you
mind.
serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
since like 1990, like that first X movie came out
Wow.
like
99.
2000.
Oh,
Yeah, it
wow.
came out in
99.
2000, but they were
Yeah,
shooting in
99. And then so you think like, I mean, him and Patrick Stewart deserve this swan song
Yeah,
for these
and-
characters.
And I think it's cool that I mean they flip flop, so I don't know what to believe, but they both kind of said that they want to retire the characters with this movie.
Well,
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart will always be the boss on American Dad to me.
He's not
Oh,
Jean-Luc
huh.
Picard to you, because that's what he is to me.
No,
He's great in American Dad.
he's American Dad.
Huh? I
Oh,
didn't know.
like
I didn't know
show.
he was on there. Ever.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, like every episode.
Yeah.
He's
Huh.
great.
He's the
Okay.
best part of American Dad.
I can't believe anybody saying anything Seth MacFarlane related is great.
American Dad's the
Dad?
best at all of them.
You guys not watch
Going
that?
back to Logan. I feel like God forbid I keep this on track.
Yeah, for real.
Going back to
Think
Logan,
about Hardys.
I was kind of bummed that a lot of the X-Men movies, like about half of them were good, but half of them were just kind of miss completely.
The third one killed it for me. Like after I watched X-Men 3, I was like, I'm done.
Oh, you didn't like I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Hey,
you know what? You didn't
really
love
need-
that?
You really need to watch the X-Men First Class and the ones with
I like
James
First Class.
McAvoy.
I like
Dude,
First Class.
First Class
And
is great.
I just saw Days of Future Past yesterday.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. I like
Yeah.
it.
I like Days of Future
But I
Past.
just
What's
get-
everyone's
I got-
favorite X-Men movie.
I was so pumped on the X-Men series, and I watched 3, and then now I just watch them like, eh.
Well, you missed 6 of the other ones. Oh, did you watch all of them after?
I haven't watched the Wolverine series.
Okay, yeah. There's one. Well,
I'm
Origins I haven't
super
seen,
pumped
I'll
that
get
Gambit's
supposed
coming
to.
out. He was always my favorite X-Men.
Yeah, I think they
Oh,
are
that's
getting
my
that
favorite
back
one.
on
That'll
track.
never get made.
I don't know.
You
they
think
did
so?
mention
They've
that.
talked about it for
They
They
years.
keep pushing it, but
Man.
what's it? Channing Tatum apparently is excited about it. He
Great.
wants to make Gambit the new Deadpool.
Oh.
Everyone wants to be the new Deadpool.
Of course.
But
There's a
Oh,
Deadpool
man.
teaser before
Yeah.
this movie. It was pretty
yeah, I
good.
saw that.
I hate
Um,
Deadpool.
I thought that. I mean,
You just don't like Ryan Reynolds, do you?
No, I like Ryan Reynolds, but that script for that movie is terrible.
X-Men or Deadpool 2?
No, just Deadpool. The script for Deadpool is
You
so
didn't have
bad.
fun with that?
No, it felt
Why?
because it felt like it felt like a fan film, where it was just like it's like self jerk off session
It
basically
was short.
with a bunch of like first draft jokes. Like
It
it's like,
was-
dude,
way
Any-
overhyped in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I think it delivered. I enjoyed.
I
Deadpool.
liked it, but I don't. I guess it got the reputation it did just because it grossed so much being an R-rated movie and it was the first R-rated comic movie.
I think it.
But I
went
think it's
pretty-
way overrated.
It went well in line
Never
with the
saw it.
comics. It went well in
Yeah,
line with the
yeah,
comics.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, like Jack said, I mean, when I saw it after hearing everything that I heard, I was surprised. There's only like 3 locations in the whole movie.
oh, dude,
You're on like
yeah.
the overpass, and then you're on the ship with a little bit of like him having sex in the middle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Um,
I hated how the whole marketing for that movie was like, this isn't your daddy's comic book movie. And then it just ends the exact same way like the Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy
I
or
do
like
like
any of
Guardians of
those
the Galaxy.
movies end.
Deadpool is so intentionally campy that I don't mind them using all the cliches in that because they're making fun of all the cliches.
But they're not at the end. Like, they just happen. The only time they do at the end is when it's finally like when he shoots the bad guy in the face, which I did
Which is
enjoy.
a great
It's
like
a
reverse cliche.
it's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
punchline to have at the end of your movie.
As opposed to Logan when you're taunting shooting somebody with the adamantium bullet the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one part that got on my nerve. Was wondering. It was just like, oh, I wonder if this will come into play at
I
some
wanted to
point.
shoot myself with the adamantium.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's a departure. I thought you liked the movie.
I did, but some of it got on my nerves.
Yeah.
It's a little long.
yeah.
It's like 2 hours long.
Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I mean, and that's like what you said. You know, them just dispatching people in violent fashion. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't worried about reading what happens in the plot because there's so much visual stuff that I
Yeah.
know I'll still get to enjoy when I watch
Yeah,
it.
I would put it up there with like Fury Road or John Wick in terms of those action movies, like this
Sweet.
new slate that's came out in like the past 5 years that
Yeah.
we've just been blessed with, as far
And
as I'm concerned.
Isn't the John Wick director is directing Deadpool 2? Isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's a directing team that directed the first John Wick,
Right. Yeah.
and then they've now like split off and make separate things. So the guy who directed John Wick 2 is one of the co-directors of John
Oh,
Wick.
really? Okay.
And that guy, the other guy's working on Deadpool 2, but they work together on these separate projects,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
To circle back around to my point from earlier, there were like 9 X-Men movies, and I feel like, about half of them were good, half of them were meh.
Yeah.
But the thing that they nailed, I think, the first time through was the casting of definitely young and old Magneto and Professor X
True.
and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Storm is Halle Berry is Storm. Okay, I don't love her.
She's
I
not a
like
great
Cyclops.
actress.
Yeah.
Who played Cyclops?
James
Oh,
Marsden.
that's right,
That's
yeah.
my biggest problem with those movies is that they're also clearly made by a guy who like doesn't understand the character of Cyclops and doesn't like him as a person.
Yeah,
So he just makes him like
A white dude.
to borrow from like some alt-right BS
Yeah.
phrasing, like they make him the cuck of those movies, basically. Like,
Well, I just feel like Cyclops was always the leader in like the comic books and the cartoon. Well, I didn't
Yeah.
watch the comic. I didn't read the comic books, but the cartoon, like Cyclops was the main person. You get
Yeah.
to the movies and you're like, oh,
they make him just a douche.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird.
like it's all about him fighting with Wolverine, and then you don't hear from him.
Yeah, like no one ever pulls for Cyclops. Everyone wants Jean Grey to hook up with Wolverine.
And that was the thing with the cartoons when I was in like elementary school. Like you were a Wolverine fan or you were a Cyclops fan, but there was an adequate number of both. But when the movies came out, people hated Cyclops.
And now it's all about
And now
Nightcrawler.
Cyclops is just like, if you look at the movies, you would never think that Cyclops was part of the main lineup. You
His
know?
brother's more interesting in the prequels.
Which
That's
is
his
brother,
oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's
What is
right.
what is that?
Are you talking about Havoc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's his brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, this is very educational.
Yeah. Let's get into the history of X-Men, guys.
The red power beams didn't give it away.
Is Quicksilver in Logan?
yes.
Yeah,
Really?
They
Lovely
No.
part,
They
yeah.
have a Jim Croce scene.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I saw
Quicksilver's
Days of
not-
Future Past day before. I'm sorry. I was in that.
Yeah.
No random X-Men character cameos in the movie or anything like that. Like
So it's just Wolverine, Professor
just
X, and his
Wolverine
daughter.
and Professor.
And,
X.
So what's his daughter's name? What's his cool mutant name?
Well, X-23 is the name of the character. That's from the
X-23.
comic book. Yeah, and but that they literally just kind of take the character and some basic origin information and then kind of totally remake her from how she is
Yeah.
in the comic books,
Okay.
which I appreciate.
The fun part that's almost kind of a cameo is the other kids that were genetically engineered.
Yeah.
You find out, oh, that's so-and-so's kid. That's so-and-so's kid.
Yeah.
That's so-and-so's kid.
Yeah, that is the one thing where you can infer from the little
That's cool.
powers that they use and stuff
Nice.
like that.
I
Yeah,
do like stuff like that.
Mm.
Like, okay.
yeah,
Well, I have to watch
it's a cool movie.
And Bryan Singer has said that he's gonna incorporate X-23 into future movies.
Oh
and
man,
stuff.
can we just get him off of these
Well,
X-Men
for
movies?
a while they said that, and actually I think now Simon Kinberg is directing the 7th one.
Yeah.
But
What is
Bryan
it, the
Singer's still
7th
gonna be
one?
producing and stuff.
Yeah.
There's gonna be another X-Men.
We need to just get that
No,
dude.
There is gonna be one, and
Is
Bryan
this gonna be
Singer's.
after Wolverine's dead? So Wolverine's not gonna
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Oh, is this-
they're tying it back how like Apocalypse, which was bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was
Side note.
surprised.
Side note, I've had lunch with Bryan Singer once.
Really?
Uh-huh.
No way.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Uh-huh.
Where at?
I had a meeting with him. It was at a restaurant in West Hollywood,
Huh.
and we were just hanging out, and I had a chance to meet him through his writer, who's
Okay.
also from Ohio, while they were prepping for Superman.
Okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
Oh,
Prepping
like
for
that.
Superman. Huh.
How do you guys feel about Superman versus Batman?
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
I just
man.
I just wanted to pull the pin and be like,
Yeah, let's not talk about anything like Zack Snyder related, like ever on this show ever. Let's put a bar on it.
I already knew how Jack felt about it. That's why.
It's so weird that like Marvel seemingly has just been like killing it with all their superhero movies, and DC hasn't made like a single. I mean, like I couldn't besides the Batman movies with Christian Bale, I would never. Go
They make
back and
movies for
watch.
juggalos now. That's
Yeah.
kind of like their bread
I
and
want a
butter.
whole
Well,
like Joker series, man. I
Batman
want some
versus
Joker. I
Superman,
want
sponsored by
Riddler.
Fago.
Their problem is that they try to copy Marvel. If DC just did what they always did, they wouldn't have found
I
themselves
want
in
an
this
origin
situation.
movie about Joker. Like,
There-
give me that.
He doesn't have an origin though. Like that's the interesting
Make
thing
one
about
up.
Joker. No, and I here's the thing. I would be down if they were just like, you know what, we're not going to put Joker in anything Batman related for the next 10 years because you know what, I've had enough of it. I'm sick of it.
I would like to
Why
see
is
him
Joker?
do it and just use him the right way. Like Suicide Squad, they could have made
don't
an
wanna talk
infinitely
about it.
better movie if
We're
Joker
angering Jack.
if
right
Joker was the villain.
You guys are
They
talking.
missed such a humongous opportunity.
Like for me, like that'd be like if in like the Bible, like they all of a sudden were like, you know what, we're gonna like reinvent Jesus's image, and you know, and we're gonna
now.
like
That'd be
put
more
him
like
in
John the
different-
Baptist.
Yeah, John the Baptist is badass.
DC's animated
Yeah.
features.
Yeah.
Those are really
Kick
good.
Marvel's ass.
Yeah.
You're spot on.
Same with their TV though too, as
Yeah.
I think like
Oh,
DC's
Gotham. You watch
TV
Gotham?
across. No, but I really
Young
like
Justice?
the Flash and
Young Justice.
dude, you know Netflix is putting out a new season of it.
Oh, when's it coming? I heard something about it.